I'm an essayist and literary arts educator. I teach composition, literature, and creative writing at Del Mar College. I'm also the founder of the Writers Studio Corpus Christi, which is a community-based creative writing education program. We offer free classes on the craft of creative writing monthly, and right now we're fully online. You can visit our website, writerstudio.org, to find our current course schedule. You could also find us on Facebook. The piece I'm going to read for you today is called My Deskmate Dusty. I hope you enjoy it. When I was in 5th grade, I collected words. Because we couldn't afford cable TV, Mom dropped me off at the public library at least once a week. Taking as many books home from the library as I wanted seemed a special extravagance. If I read a word I didn't know, I scrawled it in pencil on the free bookmarks the librarian gave me. I looked up these mysterious words in the dictionary and wrote the definitions out on scraps of paper, which I pinned up on my bedroom walls, cheap fiberboard, common in trailer houses like ours. The words, written on bits of blue, pink, and green construction paper so cheap it quickly yellowed and curled, covered my wall like ragged feathers. I worried about how Mom and Dad worried about money. After Dad failed at farming, he took up construction work, building bridges away from home during the week, seeing us only on weekends. He barely scraped together the mortgage on our double wide each month. In the grocery store, when Mom complained about high prices, I knew not to put fruit roll-ups or Capri Suns in the cart, even though having them in my lunchbox would have made me feel like I fit in. Afraid to ask for things I needed, I made do that year with an old hand-me-down seed corn jacket of my father's. Back when he farmed, the Cargill Seed Company gave complimentary jackets to the farmers who planted their seeds. The Cargill logo, a sideways seed reminding me of a teardrop, was stitched in black on the right breast pocket. The jacket's yellow satin swished conspicuously whenever I moved. Putting it on or off meant thwapping large metal snap buttons. With its black and yellow striped cuffs and collar, the jacket made me look like a puffy bumblebee. At recess, I stayed on the fringes of the blacktop, avoiding bullies playing foursquare. The other kids wore Nebraska Cornhuskers jackets, North Face or Columbia coats, but across the field playing touch football, I saw him, Dusty Reeks, wearing a seed corn jacket identical to mine, except his was Pioneer brand and Kelly green. Seeing Dusty's jacket made me even more embarrassed. The other kids hated him. A country bumpkin with poor hygiene and a weird sense of humor. He wore white imitation leather shoes from Payless. His mom cut his hair into an ugly square helmet shape. His front tooth was chipped and a jagged gnarl, and he was fat. When the recess whistle blew, I beelined it toward the classroom with my head down, hoping no one would notice us wearing similar seed corn coats. I was almost to the classroom door when Dusty ran up behind me. "Hey, Sarah, look at your jacket. It's yellow for caution. I'm green for go. Now we just need someone for stop and we've got a whole traffic light." He ran ahead of me yelling, "Green for go, green for go, green for go." I breathed a sigh of relief that no one had seen or heard him. Dusty and I were never friends, but not long after that day, Mrs. Tepley assigned us to the same table on her seating chart. To save face with the other kids, I pretended that Dusty was annoying, but secretly, I loved having him as a desk mate because he made me look smart. He would ask me the definition of any long word he could think of. "What does incongruous mean?" he whispered to me during post-recess silent reading time. "What's melancholy?" When I told him, he beamed his snaggle-toothed smile at me, his fat cheeks still flushed from recess, the hair at the nape of his neck damp with sweat. "That's amazing! You're a walking dictionary." He showed off my skill to the other kids. "Ask Sarah what any word means and she'll tell you," he bragged. Justin Misko, compulsively dressed in Air Jordans and Adidas because his parents owned a sporting goods store, walked by our desk. "Something smells," he said. "Dusty reeks. Get it? Reeks?" For a moment, Dusty's smile crumpled. He recovered quickly. "Hey, Justin, ask Sarah what any word means and she'll tell you," he bragged. "All right, what does dumbass mean?" I ignored him, concentrating on the pages of Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I felt my face flash hot. "Maybe your dumbass is rubbing off on her too," Justin said. "This whole table reeks of ass." "Leave her alone," Dusty said. Justin walked off, scuffing his Air Jordans on the carpet until he built up enough static to zap the kid at the next table. Dusty leaned over to whisper in my ear, "I don't even think that word's in the dictionary." When he said that, I felt better. Dusty often made me feel better when the other kids taunted. Maybe he tried to be nice so the other kids would stop picking on us, but if that was his intention, he failed. Inexplicably, he kept his spirits up even when the rich kids insulted him. I wish I would have been nicer to Dusty, and not just indifferent. Unless he asked me about a vocabulary word, I ignored him or snapped at him. Aside from sharing a music stand in the low brass section of the high school band, Dusty and I had little contact for the rest of our school careers. I continued ignoring him. Even though I couldn't act kindly towards Dusty, I could rattle off the dictionary definitions of hypocrite, churlish, and chagrined. Learning what congenial, longanimity, and jubilant meant took me much longer. The lessons about practicing kindnesses and being resilient can't be readily looked up in a reference book, because sometimes they're already sitting at the desk right next to you. Thank you.